And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. What an adventure. My next guest has made history, becoming the first black woman to travel to every single country in the world. That accomplishment puts Jessica Nabongo into a very small club of people. She's written about some of those experiences in her new book, The Catch Me If You Can. She says she hopes it encourages other people to get out of their comfort zone and visit someplace new. Joining us on The Factor Uncensored tonight, we have world traveler and author Jessica Nabongo. Glad to have you here on The Factor Uncensored. Now, you have a very distinguished honor. You are the first black woman to travel to every country in the world. First of all, who's keeping tabs on that? And what made you decide to go after that title?
Yeah, well, there's a whole country counting community. So Nomad Mania is an amazing website, and the people that run it have just done a really great job of keeping tabs on everyone in this space. And then, yeah, it's something that sort of just happened. I've been traveling internationally since I was 4, and my parents love to travel. So by the time I finished high school, I'd been to around 8 countries. And sometimes my parents took us with them, and sometimes they left us home. So travel is such an intrinsic part of who I am. And so I've been wanting to visit every country in the world since my early 20s. And in 2017, I decided to give myself a deadline. And then I did it. I finished.
And of course, you chronicled some of your travels with a new book that's out there for those who are interested. Tell us about that book.
Yeah, so the book is called The Catch Me If You Can, and it's named after my blog that I actually started in 2009. So I wrote the book in partnership with National Geographic, and I tell 100 stories from 100 countries, and there's over 300 of my images in it as well. And, you know, I was really intentional about the countries that I selected. So places like Yemen, Afghanistan, South Sudan, because I really wanted to sort of like reinstall some humanity around those countries. And I think it's really important that the images are included, because we don't often see beautiful images of places that also have war, right? As if beauty and war can't exist in the same place. And so working with National Geographic has been a dream, as you can imagine, but also I think it's really important that these images now become a part of their canon, if you will.
Now, what has been one of the most interesting places or countries that you have visited, but you did not expect it to be that good?
I really honestly try to travel with like no expectations. I feel like I travel at neutral. So when it's good, it feels like it's amazing. And when it's bad, it's like, I didn't expect anything.
Well, your favorite country you've been to?
I don't have a favorite. So people, of course, ask me that often. I'm like, it's like I have 195 children. I can't choose one. And I've been to almost 50 countries more than once. But some places that I go to frequently are Cuba, Colombia, Senegal, Kenya, Uganda, of course. Yeah, those are a few. But there's so many. There's really so many.
What would be your advice to someone who doesn't travel much and they feel completely satisfied with just staying in their home country and not going anywhere? What would be your advice to get them up and to get them out?
Yeah, you know, I think travel is important because it helps you to see the world. But I don't know about forcing people, not forcing people, but you know, I feel like there's this chase for passport stamps right now, and I'm not so sure that I support it, but I feel like to me, to travel just means to leave your home. So I would say just go 1 hour away from your house, or just go 2 hours, just hop in the car and go and see something new. It doesn't always have to be like crossing a border. Especially for me, I think that the United States is one of the most amazing countries in the world to travel. So I would just say start small. And then, you know, if you have greater desire, then of course go out and do it. But I do feel like the reason this book is important is because it's going to make people think differently about the world. a lot of people don't travel because they have a lot of fear. And I really hope that I bring down that wall for people, because for me, I traveled to 89 countries solo. And the only reason I could do that is because of the kindness of strangers. And my journey was made beautiful by that kindness of strangers. And the biggest lesson for me that came out of this journey to every country is that most people are good, you know? And so I really hope that that comes through. And I hope that the stories that I share in the book really helps to people release a lot of the fear that they have around travel.
All right, Jessica Nabongo, thank you for joining us here on The Factor Uncensored. And the book, once again, is The Catch Me If You Can. And I'm sure you can find that at Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and all the usual spots. Jessica, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me, Isaiah.
What an incredible life to travel to all those countries.